Welcome back to Shib Kai, everyone. Shiba just came out as himself. Shiba Inu will go into overdrive. News from Shib in January 2022. Shiba Inu head developer Shiba Inu issued a message on Twitter that sparked rumors among Shiba Inu holders. Shiba is giving the hashtag Shib community a hint. A new collaboration is on the way. Hashtag Shibarium. In his somewhat cryptic letter, Shiba said that he had spoken with his mentor and that they had decided that it would be impossible for him to stay invisible until the end of 2022, once revealed. Then the real fun begins, he concluded. We will discuss Shiba's recent identity revelation in this video. Shiba Inu is about to take off. News from Shib. To view our most recent information on expert analysis and Shiba Inu price forecasts, please remember to subscribe to the channel, share, and give it a thumbs up. Let's get the video started right now. If taken literally, Shiba is going to come clean. However, revealing one's identity deviates from expectations, leading others to interpret it incorrectly. Shiba hinted that Shibarium would be launched soon after the new year, saying it will arrive very soon on Christmas Eve. A crucial step in transforming Shiba Inu into more than just a meme coin is Shibarium, an Ethereum layer to scaling solution. This contains the Shi stablecoin 0.01 release date as well as the ability to host gaming and metaverse applications. Numerous articles about SHIB the metaverse, including concept art reveals of several virtual world places, have been discussed in recent Shiba Inu ecosystem blog postings. The SHIB cryptocurrency has lost 76% of its value so far this year, which is comparable to the decline observed in Ethereum and Bitcoin. Ryoshi, the unknown founder of Shiba Inu, erased all of his articles and social media posts on Monday, raising questions about the project's future. He has not publicly addressed the issue, and his Twitter account is still dormant. Lead developer Shiba shared his opinions in a medium reaction to Ryoshi's apparent abandonment of Shiba Inu. Shiba claimed in the post that he was unaware of Ryoshi's absence. He did, however, affirm that he will take over the project and realize Ryoshi's goal, which includes SHIB, leash, bone, treat, shibaswap, shibarium, and setting up Shib gatherings before eventually building a Shiba. In an attempt to allay worries, over the past day, the Shiba Inu price has shifted southward on its chart. SHIB saw a 3% depreciation within that same period. The meme coin also failed to show any advances in the last week, losing many support lines after dropping over 6% of its market value. The current pattern that SHIB has developed suggests that the coin may have an upward breakout within the next day. On the daily chart, the technical outlook continues to provide bearish indications. For the majority of this month, sellers have maintained control over the price. For Shib to execute an upside breakthrough, buyers still need to step in and save the day. The technicals indicate that the currency may drop on its chart during the current trading session, before rising again. The idea that buyers have stayed low in the market is supported by the drop in SHIB's trading volume. SHIB is currently trading 90% below its peak, which was reached about a year ago. At 0.80, Shib was trading hands. The price of Shiba Inu dropped from the 0.8 to support line throughout the last week. Since there is still little buying power, Shiba Inu is predicted to drop below the 0.80 mark. It has created a symmetrical triangular pattern, which confirms that a breakout could cause the coin to rise. The meme coin is anticipated to break out following the initial local support, which was around 0.76. The price of Shiba Inu will rise to 0.8 to 4 as a result of the breakout, and it will reach 0.86 if that obstacle is overcome. The recent session saw a decrease in the quantity of Shiba Inu traded, which explains why there were few purchasers. Throughout November and December, Shib was in the seller's dominant zone. Following the current price decline, the relative strength index fell below 40. At the time of writing, the indicator's reading showed that selling outnumbered purchases, indicating bearishness. Similarly, Shib moved below the 20 simple moving average line due to limited demand, indicating that sellers were driving the market's price movement. The meme coin will rise over the 20 SMA if Shib stays above the 0.80 level. On its chart, other technical indicators have also supported the idea that SHIB's value may decline. The asset's trend and price direction are shown by the parabolic S. The indicator's position above the price candlesticks suggests that the price is still declining. Price momentum and trend reversals are displayed by the moving average convergence divergence. The MACD kept producing red histograms, which suggested that traders should sell since the price of SHIB might rise as a result. In general, the cryptocurrency market did not perform particularly well in 2022. In addition to a lengthy bear market, a number of other events kept the price of cryptocurrencies low. At the moment, the majority of cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin and other altcoins, are trading 60% to 90% below their peak values. This is also the case with Shiba Inu, the second largest meme coin. The identity of the enigmatic individual concealed behind the name is currently unknown. However, a screenshot with some intriguing information was published. In one of the most recent tweets from the user, SHBPP, the screenshot displays a Discord post from Kusama in which he claims to have spoken with his mentor and that they both agreed that staying invisible would be impossible by the end of the year. 2022 is coming to an end in a few days, and the message was sent on January 21, 2022. The real fun begins when you don't just align and disrupt an industry and stay invisible. He added, it remains to be seen if Kusama would follow through on his pledge to disclose his genuine identity to the public. Shibainu is rapidly evolving into a value-based blockchain. Despite its original notoriety as a meme coin, it can only accomplish the goal, though, by reducing its reliance on antiquated technologies like Ethereum. This is why Shibarium, the network's layer-to-blockchain solution, was created. Since Shibarium's introduction, the majority of SHIB transactions that previously occurred on Ethereum will now occur on Shibarium. Given that the main complaints against Ethereum are its low throughput capacity and expensive gas fees, this is a noteworthy step. These factors have considerably slowed down the expansion of the SHIB network. As Shiba Inu is based on Ethereum, Ethereum's transaction speed hasn't increased much, despite the recent move to a point-of-sale network. Thus, one of Shibarium's goals is to increase Shibainu's scalability by utilizing Ethereum's security layer as a layer-to-solution. Shibarium provides a number of other advantages in addition to quicker transaction processing times and lower fees. It is important to note, nevertheless, that transaction fees will be quite low upon the Shibarium debut. Additionally, burning SHIB tokens will incur the majority of these fees. Shibarium will provide a burning method for SHIB tokens based on the network team's knowledge. Reducing the amount of SHIB in circulation is one method of turning it into a utility token. Since the network's inception, almost 40% of SHIB tokens have been burned. According to Shib burn data, the token circulation is still excessive, though, and thus prevents it from being used as a utility token. Given that dApps are one of the most talked about subjects in the cryptocurrency market, Shib developers want to make sure Shibarium is one of the most sought-after networks for dApp creation. Shibarium can actively participate in the metaverse, according to the development team. Advocates of the metaverse refer to it as a new kind of online interaction and the future of the digital world. Kusama, the mysterious chief developer for SHIB, says the Shibarium launch will take place shortly, but has not disclosed the precise release date. Kusama has already said that the Shibarium launch will take place shortly. For several months, he has been repeating the same remarks. Since Shibarium's launch would expand the token's use cases, SHIB's price is expected to rise. Due to the faster and more economical transaction processing speeds, Shib will have more use cases. As a result, the SHIB community anticipates that after Shibarium launches, SHIB will trade at 0.01, according to Shib creators. The highly anticipated Shiba Eternity game was released early last month as part of Shibarium's performance testing phase. Ryoshi, the anonymous designer of Shib, had the idea that Bone whale holders shouldn't have any advantages over other Bone holders. But since Bone was the shibaswap DEX reward token, that dream was unable to come true. Furthermore, according to the information currently available on the network's website, Bone will serve as Shibarium's main utility token. Holders of SHIB's utility token, Bone, have the ability to vote on project advancement. There is a 230 million coin limit on its supply. That concludes today. To view our most recent content, remember to give it a huge thumbs up, share it, and subscribe to the channel.